All right. Okay. So let me recap what we covered in the last session. So we started with the overview of Microsoft Dynamics CRM, where we have seen like different types of deployments in Dynamics CRM: online, on-premise, and partner hosted. Online, on-premise, and partner hosted. Uh, Next, how this online and partner hosted and the on-premise version based on the customer requirement. How would you suggest the customer to go for which version? Based on the customer requirements, we can suggest the customer to go for online, on-premise, or partner hosted. Online, on-premise, or partner hosted. Okay, so next term in administration. So in CRM administration, right? So there is one more topic, that is roll-up updation. So this is a regular scenario in real time, that updating of roll-up MS CRM or roll-up versions. See, every software will have the service pack. Every software will have the service pack. So similar to this, the Dynamics CRM is also having a service pack. Similar to this, Dynamics CRM is also having a service pack. So, but Dynamics CRM, we don't call it as a service pack. We call it as a roll-up. In Dynamics CRM, we call it as a roll-up. So if you see the version history, so now this updation of rollup is not required in online. This is only required in on-premise. This is only required in on-premise. But the knowledge is very important, because if why it is very important is, if your system is not in sync, you have a development environment, and you have a testing environment, and you have the production environment, and all the systems are not in the same version, then deployment will fail. That is why this is very important. So if you see the history, right, for Dynamics CRM 4.0, Microsoft has released around 21 updates. For Dynamics CRM 4.0, Microsoft has released 21 updates, and for CRM 2011, Microsoft has released around 20 updates, and for 13, Microsoft has released around 5 to 6 updates, and for 15, Microsoft has released around 5 to 6 updates, and then the latest version, that is 365, around 7 to 8 versions Microsoft has released. So in every version, Microsoft will also release the knowledge base articles. So when you click on this one, knowledge base articles, this will give the list of issues that will get resolved after applying these updates. So in online also, we will do this update. In online, who is going to do? So there is an option from the administration side in online. From the administration side, you can go and update your system in online. If not, if you don't update, automatically a time frame will be given from Microsoft. If we have not updated within that time frame, automatically it will get updated in online. But in on-premise, we have to do the manual updates. So if you see here, known issues and issues are resolved. So these are all product bugs. Microsoft app, Dynamics 365 app for Outlook is failing to convert quick create business logic metadata dependency error occur while importing the January project service update. So these are all product bugs. Server-side synchronization, send the email repeatedly every 30 minutes. So these product bugs will get fixed after updating this version of the CRM. So when you update it to this version, these issues will get resolved. And what are the known issues with this update? These are all product bugs. So here, I think known issues hot pin. So after applying this, there are no known issues. But if there are any known issues, that will also be updated in the knowledge base articles. Now, how do you know which version of the CRM you're using? How do you know which version of the CRM you're using? So in online and in on-premise, you go to settings and then click on About Microsoft Dynamics CRM. So this will give you the version number 9.0, version number 9.02438. So this is the version number. Now, if this version is not compatible with your development and your production and your testing environment, if your testing environment is a different version, production is a different version, and when you're giving a deployment, the deployment will fail. That is why it is mandatory for us to check all the instances are in the same version. All the instances are in the same version. So it's a regular practice in the industry to update the rollups in Dynamics CRM. To update the rollups in Dynamics CRM. Next, in the administration, we have one more topic, that how do we upgrade the system from lower versions to higher versions? How do we upgrade? So let's assume that your customer is using some 2011 or 2013 system, 2011 or 2013 system. So how do we upgrade? See, in online, Microsoft is going to do an upgrade. So if you take an example of an online, customer is not responsible for any upgrades. Microsoft is responsible for the upgrades in online system, but whereas in on-premise, customer has to do the upgrades. Whereas in on-premise, customer has to do the upgrade. So while doing the upgrade, so this is the 5-step process. And one more important note here is, when you're upgrading the system, let's assume that you are using 2013 and you want to upgrade it to 365. So you cannot directly upgrade it to 365. First, you will have to upgrade it to 2015. First, you will have to upgrade it to 2015 and then upgrade it to 365. 16 and then go to 365. You cannot skip any one version. So what is the process to upgrade here? What is the process to upgrade here is, first you will have to take a backup of your previous version, that is 2011, 2013 or 2015. Take a backup of that and then install the latest version. So in the last session we have seen, right, how do we install the on-premise version? So you need to install the latest version. After installing the latest version, in database server, you have to restore the database, whatever the backup you have taken, that backup you have to restore the database backup and open the deployment manager and import to the organization. Your system will get upgraded to the latest version. So while upgrading to the latest version, let's assume that you upgraded it to 15. Now you need to apply all the rollups, then upgrade it to 16 and apply all the rollups. So this sequence you have to follow when you're upgrading the system from lower versions to higher versions. And this is required only in on-premise, because online Microsoft is responsible for updates. So automatically, so Microsoft will do the updates in online version of Dynamics CRM. Okay, so next term, we will start with the functional overview. So whatever we covered is just a high level basics of CRM administration. Now we'll start with the functional. So in Dynamics CRM functional, there are 3 main modules, that is sales, marketing, and service. There are 3 main modules, that is sales, marketing, and service. Now how the sales, marketing, and service can be used in different industries. How banking is using CRM, or if it is an insurance company, how insurance company is using CRM, or if it is a retail sector, how retail sector is using CRM. So at high level, if you see, there are 3 main modules, that is sales, marketing, and service. So now this sales, marketing, and service can be used by different industries. Example, banking is using CRM, insurance companies using CRM, retail sector is using CRM, education domain is using CRM. How these industries are using CRM? What is an entry point? What is an exit point? What is an entry point and what is an exit point? So which means that how do I start using the CRM? How do I start using the CRM? And then from where I have to follow this. So it starts with creating a lead and then enter into the CRM. After entering the CRM, lead is qualified. And once the lead is qualified, so this is a high level flow of customer relationship management in CRM. High level flow of customer relationship management in CRM. Let me go here. So whatever the industry it is, whether it is a banking, a retail, real estate, hospital management system, recruitment domain, training industry, any industry, the entry point to the business is lead. The entry point to the business is lead. Lead is an entry point. So once the lead is into the system, it will go through some business rules. It will go through some business rules. Based on that business rules, lead is either qualified or disqualified. Lead is either qualified or disqualified, which means that customer is interested or customer may not be interested. If customer is not interested, we say that the lead is disqualified. If customer is not interested, we say that the lead is disqualified. If customer is interested, the lead will get qualified. And the out of box behavior of the system is that it creates an account, contact, and opportunity. The out of box behavior of the system is that it creates an account, contact, and opportunity. So once the account, contact, and opportunity gets created, from here the marketing person job is done. And from here the salesperson is going to take care. So once the account, contact, and opportunity gets created, so what is account in complete CRM industry, whether it is a dynamic CRM or Salesforce CRM or any CRM, the term account is a customer, company, or a client. The term customer is a company, client, or a customer. Now, what is a contact? Contact is a contact for that customer. So whatever the industry is there, the entry point to the business is lead. Example, let's take an example of a training domain. So training industry is also doing customer relationship management. So they are generating revenue by selling the courses. Courses are product for them. Now to sell these courses, they are doing marketing, they're doing sales, and also providing a support to the students. So when they schedule a demo, that is nothing but a lead. So when they get an inquiry, a student inquiry, and once they get the student inquiry, they schedule a demo. After attending a demo, a student may be interested or may not be interested. If a student is not interested, that lead will get disqualified. And if a student is interested, that lead will get qualified and it moves to the sales process. So here now we are in the sales process. So a real-time example, now you are in the sales process. You are the opportunity for a training company. You are not a lead now. So when you attend a demo, that was a lead. Now the lead is qualified. Now you are called it as an opportunity, but still not a customer. You are still not a customer. You are the opportunity. What is an opportunity in the industry? Opportunity is a potential sale or ongoing sale. Why we call it as potential sale or ongoing sale? Because there is an equal probability at any point of time if customer backouts, then we call this customer or this opportunity as lost opportunity. And if you complete the training, then we considered you as a customer. At any point of time, like in the second week or third week, if you're not interested, if you back out, then you are called it as a lost customer. And we will close this opportunity as lost at 30% stage or 40% of the training. Okay, now what is an opportunity? It's a potential sale. So from here, the salesperson will take care. Automatic task generated, probability is set. Reporting follow-up on the sales pipeline. Then order is won. So order is won is like opportunity is won. Once the opportunity is won, the salesperson job is done. From here, the service person is going to take care. Once the opportunity is won, that is training is completed, the trainer job is done. From here, the support is going to take care. Customer calls with a problem. And then next we have customer and the contact info is found in CRM. Customer and the contact info is found in CRM. Dispatcher create a case. Case is in the support queue. Answer is found in knowledge base articles. Case is resolved. Customer receives a confirmation email, and then finally customer is happy. So this is a very high level flow of customer relationship management. So we will do this practical with a real-time example. Any questions?
No, Farooq, I can able to follow. This is exactly same like the Salesforce CRM account to process, right? Yes, I got
Yes.
it.
So this is not specific to any project, but this is a high-level functionality of CRM, customer relationship management. Now, considering this, you are going to customize as per your business requirements.
Right.
Okay, now next the step is that as we know that lead is an entry point. So what are the different sources to get the leads into Dynamics CRM? What are the different sources? So we know that lead is an entry point to any business, whether it is an insurance, real estate, or hospital management system, or recruitment domain, or training domain. Now, how do we get the leads? How do we get the leads? So there are different sources to get the leads into Dynamics CRM. One is manual. Manual is like customer comes to the office and then we use the CRM software to fill up the details manually. The next we have the quick create. Quick create is like shortcut to create a record in CRM. Next we have a web API. So example, there are many customers who is dependent on partner generated leads. Many customers who are also dependent on partner generated leads. Let's take an example. We have a training company which is in India. Now they are getting the students from different geographical locations like UK, US, Singapore, Malaysia. Now how these Indian companies getting the students from different geographical locations? They are not doing marketing in UK, they are not doing marketing in US or any other geographical location. Marketing is done by the local people in UK, US and other location. Now, when local people fill up the details, that will be created as a lead for an Indian company using a web API. Using a web API, the web API is hosted on internet, and when local people fill up the details in their local website, that will be created as a lead. So this is one more source to get the leads into Dynamics CRM. The next term, we have the web form. See, every organization has a full-time employee and the part-time employees are the contract to hire employees. Now, for the part-time employees and contract to hire employees, business cannot provide the CRM license. So what they do is that they give a portal access. They give a portal access. So using a portal, they create a record in CRM. So this is one more source to get the leads into Dynamics CRM. Next, import. Import using some CSV file. See, most of the marketing people, they get uh, the dump of new numbers list. Example, like say we have an Airtel, Vodafone, or any other uh, cellular service, right? What the marketing people do is that they get the new numbers list and they import it and then they call, are you interested in our product? So this is one more scenario to get the leads or the inquiries. So here we have named few of them, but there are many other sources to get the leads into Dynamics CRM. On top of this, there is one more common source that is called campaign management in Dynamics CRM. This is one of the common source in most of the CRM industry. They use the campaign advertisement. So what is a campaign? Campaign is nothing but it's an advertisement. Campaign is nothing but it's an advertisement. So using advertisement also we get the leads, and every industry does a campaign advertisement. So this is the flow, a high level flow of how the campaigns will get executed in CRM. What is a campaign? It's an advertisement or a marketing promo. Now let's take an example. The training company has come up with an advertisement saying that Dynamics CRM 365 training. Now they want to promote this advertisement to their new customers. New customers are nothing but new inquiries. They also want to promote this advertisement to an existing customers. Who are the existing customers? Who already attended the demo, who already attended the training of 2015 or 2016. Now they also want to promote this advertisement to a lost customer. Lost customers are the customers who inquired and attended the demo, and after attending the demo they were not interested. So altogether we might have some 50,000 customers. Now to group all 50,000 customers, we use marketing list in Dynamics CRM. To group all 50,000 customers, we use marketing list in Dynamics CRM. So marketing list is to group the accounts, contacts, and leads. Next, we create a campaign activity. Campaign activity is a mode of communication to the customer. Campaign activity, it's a mode of communication to the customer. It can be a phone call, it can be a letter, it can be a fax, or it can be an appointment, or any other mode of communication to the customer. Next, once we create a campaign activity, next step is that distributing the campaign activity. Distributing the campaign activity is like sending out an email to all 50,000 customers at one shot. After distributing the campaign activity, then we get a response that customer is interested in our product. We get a response that customer is interested in our product. After getting a response, that response is converted to a lead or an opportunity. That response is converted to a lead or an opportunity. Lead is like new inquiry. Opportunity is like customer is not interested in demo. He directly wants to purchase the product. So this is one more source to get the business through an advertisement. This is one more source to get the business through an advertisement. Okay, now we'll go to the CRM instance, and whatever we have seen, like, we'll do practically. So here first we will start with the marketing module. So I'll go to the marketing module and create a campaign here. I'm going to create a campaign. Campaign is nothing but it's an advertisement or a marketing promo. So here I'm going to create a campaign. Samsung S6 launch. S6-001. And these are all optional fields, so we don't require. What is mandatory, I'm going to enter only those fields. Now save this one. So this is an advertisement promo, that is Samsung S6 launch. Now I want to target different types of customers. What are those different types of customers? I want to target new customers because this is being done by every industry. So whoever does the campaign, they want to target new customers. They want to target their existing customers, and they also want to target their lost customers. So to target all these three types of customers, we create a marketing list in Dynamics CRM. So what is a marketing list in Dynamics CRM? Marketing list, when you go to marketing module, we have this campaign, then next we have the marketing list. Marketing list is to group the accounts, contacts, and leads. Marketing list is to group the accounts, contacts, and leads. So there are two types of marketing list which we can create in Dynamics CRM, static and dynamic. So the difference between the static and dynamic is that for static, you are going to add the members manually. And for dynamic, you defined a filter criteria. Based on that filter criteria, members will get added automatically. Okay, so here I'm going to create a list here. Lead, static list. So if you see here, we have static and dynamic. So I selected lead here and save this one. Next, I'm going to add the members. Using a lookup, I'm going to add the members. So I added the members here. So manual process this is. So you go and add the members manually. How many members you want, you can add that members. So I just added these members. Okay, next I'm going to create another marketing list, that is account as dynamic list, I selected this one, and target type account I'm going to select, save it. Now if you notice here in the account, I'm going to add here by using a filter criteria. So we have an advanced find query here. I'm going to define a filter criteria saying that account number contains data. So in real time scenario, if you want to promote this as an advertisement, and we are being a training company, so we are going to filter out saying that customers who attended Dynamics 365 training, only those customers, for those customers we are sending this advertisement email. So those type of filters you can define here. Our customers who are using S5 and only from the Europe customers, so those type of filters we can provide here. So in this example, I'm using a filter saying that account number contains data, and use a query, all the members will get added automatically. Now we are done with the marketing list. So we'll go back to the campaign here. So this is the advertisement campaign. Next step is that I'm going to add the marketing list. So we have lead list and account list. So I added, so we can add more than one marketing list to a campaign. So if you notice here, for static, the member count is shown. For dynamic, the member count is not shown, because till the time of execution, how many members are there that will get added automatically in the list. Okay, next step is that we go and create a campaign activity. Campaign activity is a mode of communication to the customer. Campaign activity is a mode of communication to the customer. It can be a phone call, it can be a letter, it can be a phone call, it can be a letter, it can be or any other mode of communication to the customer. Phone call, letter, fax, or any other mode of communication to the customer. So here I am going to use Samsung campaign email activity. What is a channel? Channel, it's predefined, that is a phone call, appointment, letter, fax, whatever it is there, you can select here. It can be a phone call, it can be letter, it can be a fax, or any other mode of communication. So I'm going to select email as a mode of communication and save this one. Okay, next step is that distribute the campaign activity. Distributing the campaign activity is like sending out an email to all 50,000 customers at one shot. Distributing the campaign activity is like sending out an email to all 50,000 customers at one shot. So the moment I click on distribute, an email will be sent to all the members under that list. So from address, so we'll use the CRM Mac. Do we have the email address here? So we'll use user CRM Mac. Yeah, we have the primary email address. So I'm going to select this one from address CRM Mac, Samsung campaign email activity -S6. So this is what the email we are sending. And the moment you click on distribute, an email will be sent to all 50,000 customers at one shot. So I'm going to send this one. So we'll close this one. Go back to campaign. And here this is the campaign activity, right? Yeah, can you notice here? These are all emails being sent to the customer. These are all emails being sent to the customer. So if you see here, how many members are there? Right now it is 5, right? So if you have added 50,000 customers in that list, all 50,000 customers will receive this email. So the status is pending send because the email router is not yet configured. So now this email will be sent to the customer. Here again we have two probabilities. One is customer, when they receive this email, let's assume that we have a customer called AdventureWorks. So when they receive this email, what they do is that they directly reply to this email that they are interested. If customer replies to this email, they are interested. Automatically a response gets created. That is the out-of-box behavior. If customer replies to this email, automatically a response gets created. So this is auto response. Next, in other scenario, the marketing team will call to the customer. In other scenario, the marketing team will call to the customer and notify, sir, we have sent out an email. Are you interested in our product? If customer says that he is interested in our product, so manually we will go and promote this to a response. Manually we'll go and promote this to a response that customer is interested in our product. Now, once a customer is interested in our product, what we will do is that we will convert that campaign. What is this campaign? Campaign is an advertisement. So we have an option here to convert this to a new inquiry that customer is interested in our product. An option to convert this to an existing lead where one customer can purchase multiple products. Where one customer can purchase multiple products, directly we can convert this to an opportunity, which means that customer does not require the demo. They directly want to purchase the product. And if customer is not interested, we'll close this opportunity. We'll close this as a response. So in this example, what I'll do is I'll create a lead. So now we know that lead is an entry point to the business. It's an inquiry to a business. Without lead, usage of CRM is no use. There is no use of a CRM without a lead. There is no use of a CRM without a lead. Okay, now we created a lead. Now, if you just go back to the flow here, this is what we did. We created a campaign. After creating a campaign, what we did, campaign is an advertisement. Then what we did, we created a marketing list and targeted different types of audience, different types of customers, like new customers, lost customers, existing customers. And then what we did, we created a campaign activity. It's a mode of communication to the customer, phone call, letter, fax, appointment. And then we distributed the campaign activity. After distributing the campaign activity, we got a response that customer is interested in our product. After getting a response, we converted that response to a lead. Now, once the lead is into the system, here it will start it. Clear? Any questions?
No.
All right. Okay, so now
So,
we'll go.
you are creating is, do you have admin access on the system, right? This access level?
Yes. Okay. Yes,
Okay.
yes. I have the admin access.
Okay.
So this, see, one more thing, whatever I'm showing this functionality, right? This is the out of box behavior. So do not consider that every project should follow this. Once you have this knowledge, you can customize as per your business requirements.
Right.
Once you know the functionality of each module, how the sales module will work, how the service module will work, and how the marketing module will work, now you can customize this as per your requirements.
Mm-hmm. So, I see, opportunity turn into code. So do you have you are going to, show me
We
how
did
to
not
post.
cover. We are still here. We are still here. We are at the lead level itself. We did not come to
Right,
the
yeah,
opportunity.
right.
So this is
So,
before getting the lead. Before getting the lead, how do you get the lead? What
right,
are the
yeah,
sources to get the lead?
no, no, sorry, I got it.
Yeah.
So we started with the lead only, right now.
Yes.
So once
Yes.
the opportunity is done, we all the way through the case. So do you have a flow of the case, finally the case into up
Yes.
court?
Yes. We'll be covering that
Okay,
one.
okay,
We'll take the same example of Samsung itself. So
okay,
we'll continue with this same Samsung itself. So using the
okay.
Samsung, how do we do advertisement? How do we do marketing? And how we do sales,
Okay,
marketing, and then provide the service to the customer.
okay. Yeah, yeah. And additional question, just
Yes.
this is after this is not covered by this session. In Microsoft, I forgot to ask you very beginning during the demo.
Hmm.
I know Dynamics 365 has CPQ. Do they have a CLM module?
Which
Uh,
module is saying?
CLM contract lifecycle.
Contract lifecycle will come under this itself, no? Support, when you're providing a support to the customer, we'll create an SLA, we'll associate that SLA to a contract.
Okay. So is it possible to you show me that
Yeah,
as
we'll
well
be
as?
covering that one. That one. See, when you're providing a support to the customer, right? It cannot be a lifetime free support, right? It will be a contract-based support.
Oh, no, 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 I'm not asked. Okay, so you were saying, okay, right, what you were saying, yeah. So in this demo, you are using as a contract support.
Yes.
Okay, right,
Yes.
yeah. For our terminology, it's a contract. This we are getting some work from contract, work from customer to write
Mhm.
a T's and C's, term and condition contract. Okay, yeah, got it. Okay, then good. Yeah, sorry, we can continue.
All right. So here we created a lead through an advertisement. Now let me go to this one. This is a lead entity. Now these are all out of box features. We will cover when we move to customizations and configuration. So here what I'll cover is I'll just cover the functionality. We will not go through the feature wise. We'll not go through the feature wise. So we'll just cover the functionality and the flow. And then once we cover the functionality and flow, next we will move to the feature wise, like how these features can be implemented. Okay, now here, once the opportunity gets created, there is business rules in every opportunity. When once the lead gets created, it goes through some business rules. So based on the requirement from the business, like some business, they follow different rules, like data validations, or some people will follow this one, some pre-validations. Before creating a record, you need to make sure that some data is mandatory. You need to make sure that some data is mandatory. And then some of them follow the DNC, do not call list. So when you when you enter the phone number, it checks the DNC, do not call list. And then if it is in DNC, then we will not qualify this lead, or will not expose this to the marketing team, will automatically disqualify this based on the condition. So these are all business rules. Business rules. Based on the business rules, there is an equal probability here that lead will be either qualified or disqualified. Based on the business rules, a lead will be either qualified or disqualified. So if the lead is disqualified, the business is going to stop at this level itself. If the lead is disqualified, a business is going to stop at this level itself. So what we do is straightforwardly disqualify it. Business will stop at this level itself, that customer is not interested in our product. Customer is not interested in our product. And then when we qualify the lead, so when I click on the qualify button, the out of box behavior of the system is that it creates the account, contact, and opportunity in the system. This behavior is there from CRM 4.0 till Dynamics 365. There is no change. Now, in complete CRM industry, the term account in complete CRM industry, the term account is a customer, company, or a client, and contact is a contact for that customer, company, or a client. Contact is a contact for that customer, company, or a client. And opportunity is a potential sale. Opportunity is a potential sale, that is called ongoing sale. Opportunity is a potential sale, that is called ongoing sale. Okay, so here we have this opportunity. Now, when you go to the marketing module, so what are the different entities? So dashboard is independent. So when we move to customizations and configuration, we'll be covering dashboards. Activities are nothing but mode of communication to the customer. It can be a phone call, it can be a letter, it can be a fax, or any other mode of communication to the customer. Then accounts are the customer, company, or a client. Contact is a contact for that customer, company, or a client. Contact is a contact for that customer, company, or a client. The next term, leads are nothing but it's an inquiry. Marketing list is to group the accounts, contacts, and leads. Campaign is an advertisement. Next term, we have a quick campaign. So what is the difference between a campaign and a quick campaign? What is the difference between a campaign and a quick campaign?
So the quick campaign cannot be long, right? It's one time,
Yes.
kind of one time.
Yes.
There's one
Right.
buy
So,
a product and go away, yeah, right? Yeah.
yes. So quick campaign. So in campaign, we can have more than one marketing list. In campaign, we can have more than one marketing list. And in quick campaign, we can have only one marketing list. And in campaign, we can have more than one campaign activity. But in quick campaign, we can have only one campaign activity. So that is the main difference between a campaign and a quick campaign. So products are independent. Independent. So what product we are going to sell to the customer. The next we have the sales literature. So the sales literature is used for the document management. If you have any documents like marketing related documents or sales related documents, those documents you're going to upload in the sales literature entity. But if your implementation is big, then you can go with the SharePoint integration. If your implementation is big, then you can go with the SharePoint integration for document management. Okay, next we'll go back to the opportunity here.
Okay, 1 second. Farooq, 1 second. On the product, can you please go to the product tab under sales, right?
Marketing product, yeah.
Yeah, products. So here, the CRM enable to add a product, any kind of product. We have product bundles, all those things.
Yes. So we will be adding that one.
Later.
The next stage is that only, that adding a product catalog, because
Right.
before starting the sales process, we required a product. Without product, it's of no use to sell use CRM.
Okay.
So the next step will be our adding a product catalog only.
Right. Okay, got it. The another one, the next one is a sales. What is that? Sales.
The sales literature.
Right. So how it works in sales literature in the real world?
So see, sales literature is used for the document management.
Mm-hmm.
So here, let's take an example. We have an audio product line. So this is a product, and for that product, you go and upload a document. So here, you go and upload a document. So I will go here. So when the sales people the marketing people are working, right? So if they required any document, so I'll choose this here, document, and then upload it. So I'm just adding a liquid template. So here, let me go to desktop. So I have joins PDF. So I just added this one and say that Samsung demo. Demo save and close. Now what happens is that when the marketing people are working, right, they get, so if they want to give some demo, or if they want to print out some, if they want to print out some documents from documents, right? So what they do is that they go to the sales literature, open this one and download it and show to the business. So if they don't use this one, it is very difficult, like if to upload a document. They cannot have any common place to upload any documents.
Okay.
They don't have any common place.
These documents stores within the CRM database?
Yes, it will store in the CRM database and it will use the CRM memory only.
Okay.
That is why I said like if you have a huge requirement of document management, like you have a huge requirement of document management, and then it is better to use with the SharePoint integration.
Okay, right. So the SharePoint integration is going to be easier with the Microsoft CRM?
Sorry, can you come again?
The SharePoint integration will be easier with the CRM?
Yes, there is an out-of-box integration. You just need to do a configuration. But on top of that, if you want to do some enhancement, yes, you can do the enhancement also.
Okay.
So end-to-end enhancements also you can do it.
Okay.
With the SharePoint. So there are many implementations which has been done with the CRM and SharePoint integration.
Okay.
Complex document management and end-to-end using code also, like from CRM to SharePoint, SharePoint to CRM, vice versa also.
Okay. Yes, good.
Okay, so any questions? Hello.
Sorry, it's what's in the mute. I was typing myself. Okay.
All right. Okay.
No, yeah, I don't have any question until now. It's okay. Understand. So let's see. Okay.
Yeah. So this will cover our marketing module. So next tomorrow's session we'll start with the sales module. So before starting the sales module, we'll start with the product catalog only. Without product catalog, we cannot sell the product.
Right. So you are going to configure the products.
Yes, we are going to adding a product and configuring a product, and that product will be associated to an opportunity. That product we are going to sell using an opportunity, and that opportunity is associated to a lead.
Okay. Yeah, got it. Yeah. Okay then. Farooq, thank you very much. Then we are going to see tomorrow at the same time, right?
You're right.
Yeah. If you have any help document, please send it to me as well.
Sure. I'll do it today. Today I'll do it. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Okay then. Thanks.
Bye.
Okay, man. Thanks.